maybe share some ideas, because we talk about budgeting a lot. We talk about a lot of financial concepts, but it's hard to go into depth with somebody on the phone or a text. So we could go into a little bit more depth about how to actually walk out your budget. We could interview people like my wife, for instance, who is a great budgeter.
The last thing she's going to do is go on YouTube with you. It's the last thing she's going to do.
No, I would be serious, though. I mean, we would joke around, but
She doesn't want to be on camera with you?
I know my limits with my wife. I know.
I do too. You don't think I do.
Yes, I think you don't.
I didn't.
You do now, though.
Hard marriage lessons early on.
Hard marriage. I learned early on in our marriage that it is not appropriate to throw a cup of cold water on your wife in the shower. Women do not like that.
It's a practical joke you play on your buddies. A big bucket or a glass of cold water.
Your wife is not your buddy. Oh, like
True that.
Len had to tell that to my boys. You know how boys and their dads kind of joke differently? They did that with me in the room, and I was like, oh my goodness. And Len was like, guys, come over here. And they had a whole conversation like your mom is not me.
That's your mama.
Right. It's different.
What do you guys talk about when we're not there?
We can't talk about that because you're here.
That's right.
It's a big secret.
Dave is ready to answer your financial questions if you have them, but today we're starting because one of the core aspects of being a Christian is that you confess your sins.
Wow.
And so Dave is going to confess something
Do I have sin?
on the internet that he confessed on the radio about his real flaw in musical taste. Go ahead, tell him what you said on the radio in front of the internet. This is the internet.
It's difficult.
Internet, meet Dave.
It's difficult
Dave
to be
internet.
this real, to be this raw. When I know that people are watching and I'm going to be held to account for this for years probably.
Yeah.
But I hate the Beatles. I don't. Their music stinks. I wouldn't use one of their albums to light a fire.
I can always count on Gary. Gary's my guy. Gary just showed up and said, "Good morning, Brian, Janelle, Dave, and all the lonely people."
That's a Beatles thing?
It must be.
Yes, it's a Beatles thing.
It must be.
All the lonely people, where do they are? Nothing. Okay.
What's up, Nathaniel?
That is such a bad
Lynn.
song.
Hey, Lynn.
Can you believe this guy?
You haven't been here in a while.
The only thing you know stuff about is finances. That's it.
Lynn, I'm looking
And
at your
explosions.
picture. Wow, you guys don't care about the people. Lynn, I can't hardly see you, but I kind of see you. I think you have curly hair. I love curly hair.
All the lonely people.
Gary, Theola.
That's so good, Gary.
My friend Theola's here. She's my girl. She's here all the time. Look at her. Doesn't she look so sweet?
We saw that picture last week.
You guys say hi to Theola. That's my
Yes,
girl.
hi, Theola.
Gary is Brian's friend. Danae, what's up? Sheila says, give me the Beach Boys before the Beatles.
Yes, I love the Beach Boys.
Sarah.
I'm a Beach Boys kind of guy.
How many songs about surfing can there be?
Yeah, it's like Kenny Chesney. Was he in high school for like 25 years?
He must have been.
Yeah, every song he writes is about high school.
Although, a great line from the Beach Boys, we'll get there fast, and then we'll take it slow.
Yes.
That's a good line.
Vicky says,
Yeah.
you're not alone, Dave. I can't stand the Beatles either. So explain to me. My mother liked the Beatles. I don't like.
Yeah,
I'm not into
your
the
mother
Beatles.
was just wrong.
Why would? Well, they're
Whoa.
and
That's
she
your
grew
mama.
up in DR.
That's your mama.
Hello, thank you. So why would somebody not like the Beatles? They're a big deal. Everybody my assumption is everybody loves the Beatles.
Well, I'll
What is
use
going on?
a
Please
technical
explain.
term. So the Beatles' music kind of sucks.
Well, okay. That answers my question.
No.
Sarah says, Dave, I have a house that would not sell for 2 years because it's in bad shape. How detrimental would a short sale be to my credit? I used a VA loan to buy it in 2013.
Short sales are hard to organize.
It's a short sale is done by the bank.
Yeah.
So one thing that you could do, and I've been reading a lot about this too, because now, by the way, real estate sales came out yesterday. They were off the charts. They were way better than what people had thought that we were going to be.
My friend's in real estate, and during COVID quarantine, she was like, business is like untouched.
You-
every
I
day.
Meanwhile, for the rest of us, it's been a hard day's night. Been working like a dog.
What?
It's
Okay,
never
more
gonna end.
more
It's
Beatles.
never gonna end.
So go
I
ahead.
should have just kept my mouth shut.
And you know, for a lot of people, in the midst of COVID-19, they've said yesterday, my troubles seemed so far away.
Would you get out of here?
Yeah, hello.
And now it seems as though they're here to stay. I believe it. Yesterday.
So one of the things that I've been reading about for what I would call distressed properties is auction. You hire an auction
Yeah.
house, so not a realtor, but an auctioneer that specializes in real estate,
Oh.
and they'll set a minimum bid. So whatever you owe the bank, you could potentially get. But you know, you have to be realistic. If you paid this much for the house, and you for whatever reason the value of the house is decreased, you're not going to be able to get that. So not being able to repay the bank back the entire amount is definitely going to affect your credit. But it may be better than holding on to this albatross around your neck forever. So I do like the idea of auctions, and there are safeguards, and it's not like your house is going to sell for $1. So you set the minimum price that it sells for.
Glenn, welcome. He is like super awesome. He's an engineer from the University of Akron.
And it
super
appears he plays
awesome.
guitar.
Yeah.
He probably knows
Glenn
the Beatles.
says you're gonna like him even more. I don't want to hold your hand. Social distancing. Ha ha ha.
I definitely do not want to hold your hand.
Paul
Yes,
says, good
you
show
don't.
today. Hi, Gabe. She's my girl. Hi, Mike Carswell. Y'all need to applaud. Misty says, good morning. No Beatles for her. She's not a fan.
Thank you,
nor
Misty.
the Stones. I'm assuming, please forgive me. Is it Rolling Stones? She said. She says not the nor the
How long
Stones.
have you been in America?
Are you serious? Really? Okay, whatever.
This is just a glimpse
Whatever.
into
You know
the
what
world
Brian
that
didn't
we
know about?
operate in.
Did you see what we put up
Brian
with?
didn't know
It is
about.
not easy.
No, Brian didn't
It's
know
not
about
easy. I
Celia
don't know.
Cruz. Tell me about Celia Cruz. All of Latin America knows about Celia Cruz. Azúcar.
This is
Woo!
not Latin America. This
I
is
have all of
America.
her albums. I have all of her albums.
Azúcar.
I have both.
I have all the both of them.
I have one of them. No, but you see what we put up with? Do you see?
Is almost impossible.
I mean, I don't.
Very
Exactly. It's
difficult.
hard being a man.
Being a
hard.
man is hard.
We basically do everything.
We do everything.
So
everything.
maybe you can help Brian with a segment he's planning for coming up very
I got
soon.
something for you.
And women are asking for it. What would make a good Father's Day?
Do you know what I've said to this, David? I'd like to get your reaction to my
Oh,
response.
let's be Christian. Humility. Humility.
So, ladies, you'd like
See,
to know
look at that. Oh my God.
what we want for Father's Day?
What we need.
If you were paying attention this last year, you would know.
That's right.
Oh my
I
goodness.
can't believe you even have to ask. If you've been paying attention, you'd hear us when commercials are being played, when we're at the mall, when we're doing things with you,
Yes.
and we mention the things we like, you're not listening.
If you knew our hearts.
Okay.
If you knew our hearts and listened to our hearts. But I'll tell you what I would take. If there was just one wife or daughter or female in all of the world that would load the dishwasher correctly once, I would take that.
You're asking too much.
I am asking.
You're asking too much.
Oh, wow.
So here's what I did. I get up early, way before everybody else. The break of dawn is still hours away when I'm up. I take pictures of the dawn as it arrives. I say, hey, where have you
The
been?
dawn says good morning to me.
Okay, financial questions coming in, but
Jesus,
first,
wait a minute.
Patricia, I love the spelling again.
Oh,
love
did
when
that
you
go?
come in. She says, Dave is awesome. He makes me laugh every time. Don't worry, Brian. You do too. A great trio you are. Listen to your show every morning. Great start to my day. The financial question is from Adrian. Good morning. Love when you come in, girl. She says, Dave, how does a reverse mortgage work? Is it a good idea for the homeowner?
A reverse mortgage should be looked at as an absolute last resort. I
You
have
wanna
no
sit down on
money.
this one. You're not gonna. Dave doesn't like them.
I do not like them. They're very, very expensive, for one thing. And it's true that they're basically paying you back. You borrow money from your house to pay yourself. The concept is in my opinion, the concept is predatory in nature. I do not like reverse mortgages. I would avoid them at all costs. If somebody is calling you trying to convince you of a reverse mortgage, short of calling the police, because it's not illegal to do a reverse mortgage, I would get somebody else. I would get a wiser person in finance just to look it over, and somehow it's almost like justifying a timeshare. I just can't do it. and I have a very difficult time justifying a reverse mortgage. So I would avoid it if at all possible, at all costs, and not consider it.
And great minds think alike, because I'm not talking about you. Because Gary just said what I was going to say. Who asked that question just a moment ago? It was Adrian?
Yeah, yeah.
Adrian, Dave is basically saying, don't let me down.
Is that the song? Don't
Let me down by doing a reverse mortgage. It's basically what he's saying. And Gary said what? You see Gary's comment?
Oh, yeah. Gary says, Dave, don't let me down. Thought you were a Team Brian member. Goo goo gaga ha choo. What?
Goo 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 choo.
What is that? Beatles?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Gary's that good that you didn't even recognize.
I didn't even know.
I did a test on my family. I got up early, and I loaded the dishwasher as only a criminally, totally insane person would do. There was no way a dishwasher should ever be loaded. I just thought, I'm going to come home and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a test.
You got like 4 bowls in there because you didn't put them in right.
I laid dishes flat.
Yeah, laid them
on
flat.
the bottom. I didn't like stack them, laid them flat.
Yep.
I put glasses upside down.
So they fill with water. Yeah. Yes.
I came home and there were just dishes stacked around them. I'm like, y'all failed!
More financial questions. Lynn says, there's a tool. Do you agree with it? Well, it's the IRS. Regarding withholding questions, here's a helpful tool.
It's like a calculator. They have a calculator to figure out.
You like that one?
Yeah. The IRS has a lot of helpful things on their website. If you ever want to, if you have a few hours to kill and you just want to read IRC code, it's a great place to go. All the entire Internal Revenue Code is there, but also calculators on how much to withhold. And there's a lot of helpful information. You know, a lot of people, especially right now, are going to be victim of scams because there's a lot of stimulus check scams. There's a lot of tax return scams and things like that. And the IRS, yeah, they're a big government agency and it's probably bloated and way too many people are working there. But they do, in general, want to keep you out of scams and getting harmed. And so there's a lot of great information on their website.
So Lynn says she's never on social media. She's only started following us since COVID-19, since she works from home. And her curly hair is now curly afro. Love afros. My Reina, 8-year-old, loves her afro.
If you took your ponytail out, your hair would be
I
big.
could make it a big afro.
You should do that one.
Do it
I
once.
should.
I would love to see that.
Can you do it now or you don't want to?
No, not right now.
She doesn't want
but
to.
I will do it though. Now,
I read the
the
signals.
one who is like
Shut it down.
larger than life and loves the big afro is my daughter, and it's like so awesome.
But, by the
so
way,
love afros.
we got a variation on our answer about Father's Day from Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, if you'd like to know, you say, oh, what do you want for Father's Day? Isaac's answer is, if you loved me, you would know what I want.
That's right.
It's a variation of our answer.
Yes. If you
This is
really
all
want
coming
to know
to
my
you,
heart.
ladies, from
How do you like
godly
that?
men.
Hold on.
Godly men.
How do you like that?
There you go.
How do you like that? Does that feel good when people say that
No,
to you?
you know why? First of all, because I do pay attention. Second of all, because I
We should
think,
ask
and
Ryan what he
I've done
thinks.
it, and he's done it. It's okay to ask and be
What are
like,
you getting
yo,
him
what
for
do you
Father's Day?
want
Go.
to make sure.
You watch him, you love him. You don't. It doesn't apply to you. Go ahead.
It's a
What is
surprise.
he-
I'm not saying it. Thank you. Thank
not
you.
watching.
Thank you. Suzanne,
He's not even on
first
Facebook.
time seeing you, and I'm enjoying Brian's humor with the Beatles. Dave is not what I expected to see in person, but a nice surprise. Janelle, you hold your ground with those two. Yeah, Suzanne. I need my ladies, though.
That's fun, Suzanne. Thanks a lot. Yeah, he is a little bit of a disappointment in person, but yeah, I know you'll get over it. I did.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Rod is
The
helping me.
disappointment just keeps mounting, by the way.
So Rod is helping me with the song "Don't Bring Me Down." What is
Oh, yeah, ELO.
that? I don't
Great
know what that
band.
is. Somebody
English.
wants to know before we got a financial question from Kathy.
Hold on. What does ELO stand for? We love acronyms. Go ahead.
Electric Light Orchestra.
Janelle was supposed to do that. I knew you knew that.
I'm sorry.
How's
Len
that?
does, no,
She didn't know.
You know what Len does? I'll ask the kids basic kid questions, and he'll answer them. I'll be like, "So, what are we gonna do as we're planning for the trip?" And he'll respond. I'm like, "I'm talking to the kids."
Does he get the cookie, though?
No, he
I
doesn't
was,
get the cookie.
I was playing in a band, and somebody yells out. They go, "You guys know any ELO?" Our drummer yells back, "N-O!"
Oh.
I thought that
Somebody
was funny.
wants to know what's your favorite Beach Boys songs.
Oh.
Here we go. Barbara Ann. Is that what it is? The one that sounds like Barber Ann?
No, I don't know.
You don't have one because you don't care about the Beach Boys, really.
Well, not enough to know their. So when remember,
I'll tell you mine.
Go ahead.
God Only Knows. That's one of their best songs. Quite frankly, it is. It's a beautiful song. If you should ever leave me, life would sure go on, believe me.
Okay. Financial questions.
Here we go.
Sure about it.
Thank you, Roseanne. You my girl. I can't wait to see you in person. She says, I was just thinking that Janelle's a saint for putting up with Dave and Brian on Thursdays. Thank you. I still need y'all ladies. Thank you for helping me.
But I mean, she's not a saint.
Kathy says, if you had...
She's okay.
She's all right.
I am amazing.
All right.
Amazing.
She's
because
like
of all my ladies out
one
there.
thumb up.
What?
Just
You know it's so messed up? When they're separate, they want to act like we friends. That's what I tell Len.
No,
When
we
he-
are friends.
No.
No, we're friends.
My kids love Dave. Kathy says, if you had your $1,000 emergency fund and you owe...
Whoa.
That's not an emergency.
That's not an emergency fund.
So let's
That's
say, what
a
is
weekend trip.
Remember, slow your roll.
Slow your roll.
Hold your horses.
Slow your roll.
Okay, so what is an emergency fund?
Tap
Can
the
you
brakes.
help us?
Tap the brakes. An emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your have-to bills.
Have-to
bills. So,
Sounds good.
do you have to get your eyebrows waxed? No. you do
Yes,
not.
ladies. We don't want to look
Actually,
scary.
please do.
So one thing about COVID that I've noticed, okay,
Oh, Roseanne, I love you.
as
Okay,
we're coming out of COVID and I'm seeing people, there are a lot of fat, hairy people out there. Okay,
With two different colored hair.
We need to get back to the gym, and you need to rip some of that hair out. Okay,
Get those
take care of business.
So, okay.
We
so
knew you were gray.
We
all this time.
defined what an emergency
It's not a
fund
mystery.
is. So she has $1,000 in emergency fund.
Which we did.
You
Establish the
owe
problem.
It's not enough.
$1,600 on one more credit card, and credit card company was reaching out to offer a reduced amount. Would you use your emergency fund to be done with it? The person has minimum expenses and could pay self back
Tell her
once
you think.
credit card is off the person's back. Advice, please.
What?
She's asking for her daughter.
You've got your thing. You've got your. I'd
I'd
rather,
rather
have.
have some debt and some cash than no debt and no cash.
Do you know how many days he says that? 8 days a week.
That's a Beatles reference.
8 days a week.
Oh, my
That's how many days he says that.
I'd rather have
Wow,
some
that's-
cash and some debt than no cash and no debt because, in 2008, one of the things that happened, it wasn't right it was more like 2009, 2010, is if you had a credit card, a lot of credit card companies were just saying, hey, thanks for your business, we're not going to need you anymore.
Yeah.
And they closed out your credit card. You couldn't use it anymore. They just closed your account. Or they reduced your available credit because they were afraid that you were going to run it up. So I don't think any of that's going to happen here. And I do think that the directional heading of the economy right now is really getting better. It's getting much, much better. And when you look at, so the amount of infections that are happening isn't really that important to me because most people are asymptomatic or it's like a mild flu for most people. It's the hospitalizations and the ICU admissions that are the really important numbers, and those are falling to almost nothing right now across the country.
So figuratively speaking, you're saying, here comes the sun.
Yes, and we know that the sun kills viruses.
Here comes the sun.
Yes. It's just,
I say,
I don't know if I could do
it's
this anymore.
all right.
Yeah, no.
I might have to
Yeah.
put in my resignation. Get my
Can't do
severance
that,
pay.
no.
So what I want you to do is I want you to accelerate the payments on your credit card, pay it off as fast as you can, keep the cash in the bank, and then get 3 to 6 months of emergency funds. Have two bills set aside in a savings account, and then we can talk about what comes next.
So Janet, hi Janet. She said she's a top fan, by the way.
Top fan.
Yeah, my husband loves the Stan Hewitt car show every year with our oldest son for Father's Day. Sadly, it's been canceled. Any ideas now? Our daughter
Yes.
did her father-daughter dance to God Only Knows.
Yeah, oh, what a great song.
That was
It's a
for
great
Brian.
song. Because, did you realize, I don't know if you knew this, but the Beach Boys album Pet Sounds, okay, was like a groundbreaking album that inspired the Beatles to step up their game when they heard it and record Sgt. Pepper's, whatever, Lonely Hearts Club Band, whatever, that album. You didn't know that. But
I
I'm
didn't
telling
know
you,
any of that.
that's where God Only Knows is from. Beautiful song. Brian Wilson wrote that. Go ahead. I'm a true fan, you're not. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
You're a true something.
True believer.
Was there a question in there someplace?
No.
Yeah,
No. Yeah, what can we do with everything being
like,
closed?
Okay, so
Wow, Janet, I thought you would know if you loved your husband.
So my kid and I have my youngest son and I, and I'll probably take my oldest son too, is we want to go to the I think it's the Belgium or Switzerland auto show, because that's where they have all the hypercars. So Koenigsegg, Ferrari, all the cars that don't show up in America are all there. They're like $2 million a pop. So
I thought that was in, isn't that in England?
no.
Right off of Abbey Road.
Oh my gosh. You know, they just repainted Abbey Road's, the crosswalk there.
You didn't even know I was going there.
No, I didn't, because I don't care about the Beatles.
Your mom?
I didn't care.
Every reference
I didn't
to
care
this.
when people thought they were good. I don't care now.
Your mom's here.
My mom gets all the credit for
Whose
my
mom?
musical knowledge.
His mom.
My mother.
Your
Your
mom.
mom. Yo.
You
were
better
your
not talk
parents,
about my mom anymore.
I'm gonna talk about. I'm not gonna talk about your mom.
She's here.
Your parents live local?
I'm not telling anybody.
I was gonna
they
say,
do.
how come we never hear about them, never
You should
talk to
bring your
them?
mom in.
Yeah.
No. No, what I should do is bring my dad in. You would lose your FCC license in like 10 minutes.
No. Are you most like your mom or like your dad?
I'm my own person, you know.
He's getting nervous.
I'm my own
I've
person.
never seen him this
There aren't that
nervous.
many Szafranskis in the phone book. This shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
know,
call your mom.
There's not even a phone book.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing is to find the phone book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know which one I'm more like. I have moments. I have this condition, medically diagnosed.
Which one?
It's called CBFRD. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called chronic bad first reaction disorder.
I have that.
Yeah.
that was
well, I
weird.
inherited that from my dad. So no matter what idea you give me, left to my own devices, I'll be like, "That is stupid. What? I don't want that."
That's
And
like
then-
when you told LaVon that she looked what?
Brassy.
From what again?
She came in and she got a haircut, right? And she's like, "How does it look?" I said, "Oh, it looks brassy." Well, I still don't know if that's bad, but apparently it is.
Oh, wow.
Chronic, what is it?
Chronic bad first reaction disorder.
Yeah, I've got that.
So Terry says Brian is actually brilliant.
That's true.
He reminds me of my younger brother.
Wait, whoa.
Exactly.
Who said that about
Terry.
who? What?
Look, he probably paid this person. Terry, this is who's saying
He didn't
he's.
pay. He didn't have any money. He didn't pay anybody.
What? Can't see a picture.
You think it's a fake account, don't
Yeah,
you?
it's yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Go back to the baby.
It's fake, baby.
That's a fake baby if I've ever seen one.
I believe you, Terry.
Oh,
That baby is fake.
she's
Real
from
babe.
Doylestown. Brian is annoying but brilliant, like her brother, and much love. She really loves you. That's great.
She was half right in that first sentence.
and
You know what I
You're
say?
annoying.
All you need is love.
and
love is
agrees
all you need.
with Dave and says she liked a lot of bands better than the Beatles.
But
So how do you explain their success? Like y'all.
Well,
gotta
Dave's
be
wrong. That's how I explain this.
Yeah, like
but
what the heck?
Acid in the 70s and
he
the
went
60s.
through a list of
People
bands
were
he
dropping
hates.
acid.
Yeah.
He sets aside the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. He sets aside
Led Zeppelin.
in favor of.
Journey. Oh, I like Bruce Springsteen. There's a lot of bands. I like that I
No.
know.
He emphasized Journey to me.
Yeah.
So he's in his truck acting all tough, listening to Open Arms.
No, I don't listen to that song.
Open arms. Dun, dun. Shh, Levon, this is my song. Lying beside you. Journey. Stop it.
Your mother got your back. Your mother's saying, Janelle, he is brilliant. Did you know he was valedictorian of his high school class?
There were
he
two
gets
kids.
his brain from me.
That's his mom?
Yeah.
You gotta bring your mom in on this?
Are you talking about my mom?
You gotta bring your mom in?
Janelle.
I got a house full of boys, 5 boys, and as soon as I step in, whatever boy I'm standing up for loses all credibility, whatever's going on. They're like, dang, you need mom to step in for you?
Hey, Mom, is Brian's laundry done yet? Is it folded?
She poured his cereal for him.
I bet she did.
She
She
loves me.
loves
I bet your mom gave
He
you.
would have lasted like 10 seconds in your house growing up,
Oh,
right?
my goodness,
He'd be out
no.
back crying.
Yeah.
He'd have a big wedgie. Oh, somebody help me take this out.
Dave, you know that your
Thank
mom's like,
you.
David, have some more sausage. Here's some more Polish sausage for you.
Polish people don't talk like that.
Sandy,
I don't know how they
Eat your
talk.
pierogies. His mom said, "Oh, Levon's on. Woo!"
Whoa.
Sandy, no, we have
Whoa.
yes.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yes.
oh, this is big.
Hey!
Oh my God.
Well, thanks for being
Oh,
here.
no, it's not.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Nice to have been
Your
here.
wife is here. Your wife
Levon
is here.
said,
I'm about to get my heels locked.
Dave's mom got mad because he said on the radio that he was raised in the wild by the Polish.
We got in trouble.
True.
Levon is here.
It was the
Levon.
one time my mom listened to me on the radio. In fact, my dad has probably called me like 11 times since I've been here. And I say, Dad, every Thursday I'm on the radio. Don't call. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Every Thursday. For how long? Like, Dad. So that's why I have to mute my phone. If my phone rings while I'm here,
It's probably your dad.
it's probably my dad.
Wow, but Levon Szafranski. This
Yeah.
is her first time commenting. Levon, you are everyone's hero. People wonder how Sarah is married to me. And then Dave shows up. And they think Sarah, it's easy, you know? They're like, wow, Sarah, never mind. How do you put up with this guy? We don't know. Your hair, by the way, does not look brassy, Levon. It looks beautiful.
And from Orville.
She's getting a haircut tonight.
Hi,
Tonight, you
Ann.
better
I think
notice.
that's your son. He looks so handsome. Ann says, it's good to see you guys. Our workplace went to shifts for distancing, and I've been on afternoons, so I've missed you since I'm sleeping in and doing housework and shopping in the morning. Dave is my favorite regular guest.
Thank you.
Well-
thank you.
You can't be right about everything.
Troy says, good morning, beautiful Jay and Gangsta B.
What's up?
You know, I told my boys, they almost spit their food out when I was like, yeah, you know what Brian's nickname is? Gangsta B. They were like, what? And then one of them was like, he ain't a gangster. He looks like a banker, not a gangster.
Banker B.
Banker B.
It sounds just as good.
Yeah,
That was
they're,
Jonah,
sometimes
wasn't
they're gangsters
Josiah.
too,
He's
by
like,
the way.
he
it?
ain't no.
Josiah.
Yeah.
He's all talk just like me.
Leslie says, you three are a riot. Makes my day. Roseanne, Dave's wife, is a hottie. How did Dave ever win her over?
We don't know.
She is beautiful, super nice. Her food's amazing. Yes.
Everybody's Facebook stalking your wife now. They're like, who is this?
Levon has no idea what actually happens here, right? Because usually she's working. Well, she's working now. She's teaching from home. She's a school teacher.
Yeah.
But she has the opportunity now to go on and listen and see this stuff. And so she doesn't realize that you were going to go Facebook stalk her now. So,
Well, it's not brassy at all.
not
Guys,
brassy
remember
at all.
to go to YouTube. I'm going to put the link. Please subscribe to YouTube. We got treats coming for those who do subscribe. It's a surprise. So here's the link. Look at it and click it and subscribe. And then you can go back and watch any episode all the way from day one. Troy says it's the way he dresses. Nice suit. Can you model for us? Yeah.
Whoa, stop.
My name is printed in there too, just in case.
Are you, by the way, are you saying goodbye? Are you shutting us down?
Oh, we don't have to. I
Because-
will allow y'all to be on a little longer.
Because you say goodbye, but I say hello.
Oh,
Hello,
goodness.
hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say
Wow.
hello.
Mike says, see, Mike is ready to go. Roseanne, wait, some other people said something.
That was a Beatles reference, you know.
Suzanne says, Journey is the one band I did get to see in concert years ago. I love Steve Perry. Did you ever see the Beatles in concert or live? Anything? No?
They were
No.
mainly dead by the time. he
No,
was
they
18.
broke up like
I don't
well
know.
before I was born.
I have no idea.
And why did they break up? Because nobody
No,
listened to their
but
music.
there's one.
Yoko, it's her fault.
Isn't Paul Newman still doing stuff? You never saw any of them? No?
Paul Newman?
Is it Paul?
He's an actor.
No,
You are so funny.
I'm not crazy. There's one that's still alive.
What,
And he's a big.
Beatle?
Yeah.
Paul Newman was not.
No. Which one is it? It's
You are
close.
crazy.
There's two of them.
Which one? Tell me.
Ringo Starr is still
That's
alive.
not the one I'm
And so is Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Paul Newman, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, it's the same
Whatever.
thing.
Spaghetti sauce.
Did he
spaghetti
ever
sauce.
perform by himself? Did he ever perform by himself?
Yeah, he had his
Paul
own
McCartney?
band. It was called Wings.
Yeah. And he had Linda.
Linda McCartney.
Linda. And then he married the one-legged girl.
Okay. Yes, Kathy is correct. It's Paul McCartney.
Right?
McCartney.
After Linda died.
Yeah. Paul Newman, he's the guy with salad dressing.
And spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff.
You know who else has, whose family is very wealthy from spaghetti sauce is Bon Jovi.
Oh.
They have a extremely successful
Well,
family
you know
business.
why, of course.
Why?
Because he's
Beatles
been living on a
reference.
prayer.
Oh.
You're halfway there. He's living on a prayer. That's why he's making it.
Yes.
That's why.
If I was living on a prayer, I probably would have my own successful spaghetti sauce.
So,
But I don't cook. Well, I do cook because I made
avocado toast.
avocado toast. I made guacamole, and I put a secret recipe in. Avocados. Feel free to share that. But you know what I did is, so I went to Costco and I bought avocados, right? And I thought, okay, I do like guacamole, so I want to make some guacamole. So I took all the avocados, like 14 of them, and I thought, well, how much could it make? Well, it turns out it makes like a 55-gallon drum. So there's no way I could eat it all. And it only lasts for a couple of days, and then it turns like this brown color.
Yeah, it's nasty. You gotta eat it fast.
Nasty.
You gotta eat it fast.
Janet saw Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young
Oh, wow.
live when she was 14.
And they are worse than the Beatles. So you wasted your money.
Oh!
No.
Worse than the Beatles.
I mean, I thought you lived by their philosophy of when you can't be with the one you love the one you're with.
Yeah, that was a political candidate's song. That's where busting guitars came into fashion because people heard their music and just busted their guitars.
But that's rare because not everyone saw Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. He was in and out.
Yeah, there's just so much bad music from that era. I think there was just a lot of drug use. A lot of drug
There
use.
was actually, I heard an interview with one of the guys, and it was David Crosby, and he talked about that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, Leslie. Good morning. Rob, he said Paul McCartney is a billionaire. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Okay, another thing that I need
And
clarified.
by the way, he's a lover, not a fighter. Oh wait, that was Michael, not Paul.
Didn't
But
Michael
they were-
Jackson buy their catalog? So,
Yeah.
like, it's Paul
The Beatles
McCartney
catalog.
making money. Like, what does that mean?
There was a crazy story where they were doing that song together, the two of them.
Ebony
No, that was him and Steve.
and
That was Stevie and
Ivory.
Paul. This one was I'm a lover, not a fighter. The girl is mine. Yes, she's mine.
Okay. Then.
That was Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
And while they're doing this, he was like, you know, Michael, it would be a great investment if you owned music. It's all about
Right.
owning music.
It makes a lot of sense.
And he was like, okay, Paul. And then he went and he bought a bunch of bought a
You
bunch
gotta
of Beatles
squish your
music.
nose together.
Okay, Paul.
So does that mean that McCartney doesn't get like all the they don't?
He got them back event. Like they bought a bunch of the rights back, but
Oh.
Michael bought the rights to a bunch of Beatles songs
Yeah.
that really made Paul McCartney angry.
Oh,
Probably
Rob
made a
says,
ton of dough. Too.
say. Janet says, oh yeah, Dave. Alicia, oh my, Brian's song puns this morning. She's loving them.
They're painful.
I
They're
got it
painful.
from my mother, so stop making fun of my mom. She's here.
And
Snoop his mom's Facebook page, would you?
yeah,
Check it out.
I would gladly do that. She probably has baby pictures of Brian up.
Getting his diaper kid.
Oh look, she just logged out of Facebook and
Oh,
erased
that was
everything.
quick.
Oh
that
my
was
goodness.
quick. I'm out of here.
Let me see. No, wait, hold on.
Oops, something went wrong.
There it is. Okay, cool.
Are you
Sandy.
Facebook stalking my mom?
Yes,
right now?
we
Yes.
are.
Hey, Sandy.
Hi, let's see pictures. Those are his parents. His
That
mom
would be great to
is
see a
amazing.
baby picture of Brian. Just say, "Oh my gosh, we see an ugly
Who does
baby."
who does he look like?
Who does who look like?
Mom or dad? Brian.
It's hard to tell.
And then
They're
let's see if we
handsome-looking
see
people,
baby
though.
pictures.
There it is, right there.
That's one of my kids.
So whenever somebody has a baby, whenever they come up to you,
Or maybe this is my brother's
church.
kid. I don't know.
I
Somebody-
want you to try this. So I like to throw people off a little bit when they come up to me. And if they say, so try this. If they say, hey, how you doing? Look at them and say, what's that supposed to mean? Something like that, right? So if they come up and they show you a baby, you're like, oh my gosh, that's hideous. Just try it once and see what happens.
I'm trying to find a baby picture.
Oh, were they in
What's she
Italy?
gonna post baby pictures of me on Facebook for?
Did
She
they even have
doesn't-
cameras
that's
then?
messed up. Aw, that's, well, no baby pictures of Brian.
No baby pictures.
Well, that
Can we
was
get a,
the
Sandy,
plan.
can we get a baby picture of Brian? Maybe?
Anyway, this
his
is not
Cub
when
Scout
I say
uniform?
goodbye.
Oh, so Brian, now it's over.
Were you in Cub Scouts, Brian?
Yes.
Did you play
Bye,
hockey?
Janet.
No.
You lived in Minnesota. You didn't play hockey?
Hockey is dumb.
Why do you say that?
'Cause
Brian?
you didn't
What would
play.
make you say something like that?
Well, first of all, you got to skate. Then it's cold.
It
You
is
got to buy
cold.
all the equipment.
He doesn't.
Yeah. And the equipment stinks.
Yeah, and then you got to get up at like 2 in the morning for your practice.
Oh
I'm
my
not doing
gosh,
that.
Brutal. Brutal.